Parker is fighting problems of his own. The only ground he can sluice is frozen solid, and the costs to get the gold out are skyrocketing.
Parker's crew endured a brutal season 15, missing their target and leaving everyone wondering if it was all a bust. But when it was time to get paid, something unbelievable occurred. The checks they cashed were astronomical, far beyond what the gold alone could justify. It's a lot. And it's a lot for me to process. This is only the start of the battle for me. Yeah. And you need me to win the battle as well. I need to be your biggest supporter here. I think you'll have a good time here. I think you'll do well. So, where did all that extra cash come from? The truth lies in the show's hidden economy and Parker's secret financial playbook. We're about to reveal the jaw-dropping numbers and the real reason Parker's crew always wins, even when they lose. When millions aren't enough, Season 15 was supposed to be Parker Schnabel's victory lap. The young gun of the Yukon set an absolutely insane goal of 10,000 ounces of gold. Let's put that into perspective. That's over 600 pounds of pure gold worth nearly $30 million. It's the kind of target that makes legends. But as they say, the Yukon always has other plans. From the jump, things went sideways. The weather turned nasty. The permafrost was thicker than a concrete wall. And the multi-million-dollar machinery seemed to break down if someone so much as looked at it wrong. Ready? Oh, yeah. It's just man, that's pretty wild for that thing to pop like that. Yes. Yeah. Broke the eye right off the end of it. Yeah. Broke right off. Well, I can figure out how we're going to get this thing out of here. The pressure was immense. Parker, known for his relentless drive, pushed his crew harder than ever before. We're talking 16-hour workdays, 7 days a week for months on end. This isn't your typical 9-to-5 job. It's a grueling, soul-crushing marathon with no finish line in sight. It's funny when you think about it. Most people complain about an 8-hour shift, but these guys are out there in freezing mud for double that. With no weekends off, the dream of 10,000 ounces quickly became a nightmare, and Parker had to make a tough call. He cut the goal down to a more realistic 8,000. Even with the lowered expectations, the struggle was real. Every day was a battle. A single breakdown on a wash plant like Big Red or Slucifer could cost them tens of thousands of dollars in lost time. The crew was running on fumes, physically and mentally drained. They were giving it their all, but the gold just wasn't showing up in the quantities they needed. In the end, after all the blood, sweat, and mud, the final weigh-in was a gut punch. They had mined 6,837 ounces. That's a mountain of gold worth a staggering $18.3 million. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, it should be a busy place down here this year if we get through all that ground. Yeah, especially once you get Lucifer going, this place gets hopping. Keep up the good work. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Thanks for coming back this year, too. To anyone else, that's a wild success. But for a crew that had been chasing a much bigger number, it felt like a failure. For the first time in 14 straight years of mining, Parker Schnabel had set a goal and missed it. The look on their faces said it all. They were beat. But what they didn't know was that the real payday was about to make this failure feel like the biggest win of their lives. But the gold count only told half the story. Cashing the checks from Hell's Acre. So, after a season that pushed them to the brink, what does a payday for Parker's crew actually look like? This is where things get truly mind-blowing. Let's get down to brass tacks. An entry-level miner on Parker's team, someone who is just starting out, makes around $28 an hour. That already sounds pretty good, right? It's way more than many tough blue-collar jobs. But here's the catch. A typical work week under Parker is nearly 75 hours long. When you do the math, that new guy is raking in a gross income of about $2,590 in a single week. Over the course of a full 6-month mining season, that rookie miner can walk away with roughly $65,000, and that's before any bonuses are even mentioned. That's just the starting point. It's a whole different ballgame for the more experienced crew members. It's just super frustrating having this much ground and so much gold in it. And for the problems we're facing right now financially, it may as well just not even exist. The median level guys, The ones who have been around for a few seasons are earning closer to $34 an hour. The real money, though, goes to the skilled workers, the heavy machinery operators, the mechanics, and the foremen. These veterans of the gold fields can see their seasonal earnings climb to between $80,000 and $100,000. And for the absolute top-tier talent on the crew, the ones who can practically smell the gold, some of them are pulling in as much as $150,000 in a single season. Think about that. That's cramming what feels like 18 months of labor into just 6 months. The pay is incredible, but it's earned every single penny. On top of that, Parker provides free housing and meals for the entire crew for the whole season. In a remote place like the Yukon, that perk alone saves each worker thousands upon thousands of dollars. It's a package deal that makes the brutal hours worth it, turning sheer exhaustion into a fat bank account. Brotherhood, bonuses, and brutal honesty. Let's be real, you don't endure 16-hour days in the freezing Yukon just for a decent hourly wage. There's something else going on here. A powerful dynamic that keeps Parker's crew coming back year after year. It starts with a simple but brilliant strategy, his performance-based bonus system. Parker understands human nature. He knows that to keep his team operating at a superhuman pace, they need more than a salary, they need a stake in the game. The more gold they pull out of the ground, the bigger the bonus check at the end of the season. It's a system that transforms a job into a mission, aligning everyone's goals. Every ounce of gold in the SLES box is money in their pocket. However, this system isn't a golden ticket for everyone. There's a clear divide. Positions like night truck drivers or entry-level laborists don't qualify for these bonuses. Their work is vital, but it's not seen as directly impacting the gold total. It's a harsh reality of the business, creating an internal hierarchy where some have the chance to earn a fortune while others are capped at their wages. Yet, even for those guys, Parker has built a system that fosters intense loyalty. He's known for being direct, transparent, and fair. There are no secrets, no hidden agendas. If you're not happy, the door is always open, but if you stay, he takes care of you. For me, it's just like not running out of money, 'cause time costs money, right? And I don't know that this is the right thing, but I know what we were doing was wrong. This is where the real genius of his operation comes in. The unspoken benefits. Providing free housing and meals for an entire team in one of the most remote and inhospitable places on Earth is a logistical and financial monster. Those costs come directly out of Parker's pocket. But it's not just about saving his crew money. It's about building a tribe. When you live, eat, and breathe mud together for 6 months straight, you form bonds that are stronger than any contract. This sense of community, this brotherhood forged in the frozen dirt, is what keeps morale high when the machinery breaks down and the gold disappears. It's the glue that holds the entire operation together. That's why so many of these guys have remained loyal for years. The paycheck is what gets them there, but the mutual respect and camaraderie are what make them stay. But even those huge salaries are just the tip of the iceberg. The secret TV paycheck that dwarfs the gold. Here is the secret that changes everything. The gold they dig out of the ground is only one part of their income. The real money machine is the television show itself. Gold Rush. Being on one of the most popular shows on the Discovery Channel comes with a paycheck that makes their mining salaries look like chump change. This is the ultimate wow factor that most viewers never even consider. Let's break down these absolutely jaw-dropping numbers. For the mine bosses like Parker Schnabel, Tony Beets, and Rick Ness, the payout per episode is estimated to be between $25,000 and $30,000. A typical season of Gold Rush has about 20 episodes. You do the math. Parker could be making over $500,000 a season just for being on camera. But it's not just the bosses who cash in. The supporting cast members, the familiar faces you see running the equipment and weighing the gold, can earn around $10,000 for every single episode they appear in. $152.30. Worth over $380,000, but falling short of what Parker wanted. Over a full season, a key crew member's television earnings alone could land somewhere between $200,000 and $600,000. This is on top of their already generous mining salary. It's an almost unbelievable amount of money. Of course, The bottom line is that not everyone gets the same deal. The veteran cast members who have been on the show for years, like Parker, command the biggest shares. Newcomers have to prove their worth before they can negotiate those higher rates. That's just how the entertainment business works. This secret income stream completely reframes the entire show. The pressure to find gold is still real because it drives the story, but the financial safety net from the show is massive. It